welcome to this week's energy update, this energy briefing. I'm going to be sharing with you this really powerful portal that we are coming into on the night of Halloween that carries us through to the day of gratitude. In our culture, we celebrate that also as Thanksgiving on November 23rd. So I'm going to share with you a perspective for this powerful time of the year. And let's jump right into it. I'm going to share with you what it is, why we're experiencing this portal, and of course, a few ways on how to navigate it and take full advantage. So let's start up by bringing ourselves high up into the universal plane, connecting in with all that is. And then falling down from the stars, from the skies, into our bodies, into ourselves, understanding that we are having an individual experience. I, Adela, am experiencing my reality through my eyes. I am the one individual that experiences the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts from my reality. Okay, so I can see myself as a character, Adela, in the play of life, moving to different states, building a practice, having relationships, whatever my experience is, I am having that experience as a character in a play. I could also see myself as the author writing out the play, the experiences that I have. I could see myself as the character in the play and the author in the play. I could experience myself as the character of the play in a higher power writing out my screenplay. We all have different perspectives in how we're experiencing our own individuality, right? From a all that is standpoint, coming in down into this earth and experiencing polarity, experiencing being separate is actually quite a boutique experience. So maybe even pat yourself on the back for having this very, very intense experience of being a human. So while we have the experience of being an individual, we also are experiencing being a part of the mass consciousness, the collective consciousness. Now, as an individual, we don't really have control over what's happening on the mass consciousness scale. For example, the mass consciousness creates our history, our society, even types of topographies of energy, right? So we have the earth, all of us as one topography. We can have our community as another topography. We can have our culture, our American culture as a type of topography. So just kind of taking a moment and thinking about your community. Does it feel like a mountain, like a valley, a river, an ocean? If you come into 2023 lingo, what is the vibe of your community? So here we are. We experience ourselves as an individual. We also experience the mass consciousness. They come together. They are not separate in this experience of exploring the dimensions of our time right now. And so with experiencing mass consciousness, the fall is a period of time that is a time of acceleration. As humans, we are spinning around our star, which is the sun. And how often come the new year do people say, wow, this year flew by. What even happened in the fall? Seemed like a snap of a finger. This year was over. Now, how often in March are people saying how quickly January and February flew by? We aren't really saying that. Normally it's like, oh, I'm so cold. When is May coming? Or can it snow more for more days for skiing? Just to kind of emphasize that this time of the fall is a time of acceleration. All right, so we also have a culture, have decided that Halloween 10/31, it's a time of, the date doesn't really matter. It's a time of dissolving form into energy, right? It's a time where we dress up and we put on a costume and boom, we're somebody else. Oftentimes we can dress up as ghosts, angels, goblins. Mystics will express of how the veil between the other side is very thin, where all of a sudden we're dissolving form back into energy. Another way to look at the season of Halloween is coming into the energy of the dark feminine. The dark feminine is the energy of the womb, where it is empty with potential, the void. It's a rebirth. And so from this time to Thanksgiving, we are in a birthing canal. So we come from dissolving anything that no longer serves us, dissolving form, coming into our potential of energy, and then we accelerate to the next holiday that we've created, which is the holiday of gratitude. Now, first of all, props to us as a mass consciousness in the collective, because the day of gratitude is the second tier to all that is. So all that is, the primary energy form is bliss. And when we are experiencing bliss, what are we feeling? Gratitude. So this acceleration period takes us into the energy of gratitude, which is a pivotal way to co-create our reality. Gratitude is the key to giving you what it is that you desire in your life. So with this season, how are we going to take full advantage of it? The way we're going to take full advantage of it is, well, riding the current, seeing ourselves having this potential, looking ourselves in the mirror or just sitting with ourselves and saying, hey, what do I no longer want to carry with me? Is it a thought? Is it a feeling? Do you want to start a new habit? First step is, what do I want to release? And then the next step is having the question of, who would I like to show up as on Thanksgiving? Who do I want to have walking through the door that brings me great gratitude? Now, you may have a list of who you want to be on Thanksgiving. You might want a promotion. You might want to lose some pounds, be on a health kick, be in a relationship, be single, whatever it is for you, you may already have a list. And what's nice about coming into portals is that we don't have to know. All we have to do is poise the question. Who do I want to be? Who do I want to feel gratitude for that walks through that door into Thanksgiving dinner? And notice the space that you create and hand it over to the author that's about to write out that sentence for you in your screenplay. And then the third way, of course, these all go together. So I should say step 3 is to follow your enthusiasm to get there. So sometimes it's really easy to follow our enthusiasm, where maybe we want to sleep in and that brings us excitement, or we're excited to be a hermit for this time until Thanksgiving. Or maybe we are ready to do a detox cleanse or plan for the new year and just have a structure that comes through the Thanksgiving door. Or maybe this is a very, very hard time for you. You may have gone through traumatic, difficult times of loss, of grief in the past that kind of come knocking on your door during this period of time. Maybe you have something that is coming up that you're afraid to approach in the future, within this year, within this portal time. And that is also really following the enthusiasm. So instead of being haunted by the past, or perhaps worried about the future and going numb to it, turn and face it, because your enthusiasm is to go into those emotional textures, to break free, to transform, to show up as the person that you are grateful for on Thanksgiving. So have fun exploring. It is a very magical, potent time during this season. So use these tools to your advantage, and I will be coming back with you with another perspective, probably next week on 11/11, because that's again another magical way for us to tap into the powerful acceleration period that we're in. So have fun. Thank you so much. Namaste.